Skull and Bones, which we discovered, wasn't founded in 1832. It was founded in 1776 at Yale as the second branch of the Illuminati. So, in other words, in the same year as the United States broke away from Britain through the Declaration of Independence, the Illuminati founded a second chapter at Yale called Skull and Bones with a secret name of the Brotherhood of Death. And they are the ones that have promoted the notion. Their secret sign is 322. That's a secret number that George Bush and all these people said, oh, we can't tell you what that is. That's March 22nd, which is the beginning of Aries, which is Mars. And it's this Skull and Bones secret Illuminati plan to put all of the secret bases on Mars because of this incoming Nibiru in 2012 or in 2242. Well, what they didn't count on, because they've all been in the cataclysmic timeline, even going back centuries, is that now the universe is pumping out a different timeline, and we're in universal consciousness, and there isn't incoming. It's not happening. So they have prepared this huge underground thing. The plans are to put all the elites, millions of elites down there. All the army goes underground, all the police goes underground, all the National Guard, all the governments and everything. And then there is not any catastrophic stuff coming. It would have been seen by now. And so that is how the elite is deconstructing itself.
Yeah. It'd be great to just let them go ahead with their plan and just kind of cement over the whole.
Yeah.
Just,
that is it.
They could be the warlocks of the future,
Yeah. And so I can actually see, because once one gets caught in a catastrophic timeline, well, that's what you see, right?
Yeah.
So that's what all these people in the catastrophic timeline are seeing. So maybe they are going to go ahead and they are all going to go underground, and one day they're all going to disappear, and then we'll be left here.
Maybe they'll run out of food and then just eat each other, and they'll be afraid to come back up to the surface because everybody will be on to them.
I think so.
And
I think so.
That might be the scenario that they are predators anyway, and they feed off of everybody else, so why not feed off of each other?
Yeah, but that accounts for the absolute total insanity, is that they're on a catastrophic timeline. They think that the Earth is going to be destroyed. So they're kind of like, it's like for them, it's the last hours of the Titanic, and they're in that insanity, and they can't get out of it. They're in the catastrophic. They are actually in the catastrophic timeline.
No, I kind of feel it's not going to be as severe, and like Dolores Cannon and a lot of other people in their work, they're all seeing two different timelines and a shift happening, and that makes sense with the many world theory. And if you look at frequency, in my presentation during the conference, I showed how people are jumping and actually disappearing. We have quite a few people that's happening with here, and they're stepping out of this frequency into another reality or another timeline, or another world, whatever you want to call it. And the evidence is here. It is happening, and I'm starting to feel like as the frequencies rise and as this wave comes through, there will be people stepping into this alternate reality, and other people will be maybe left behind to fulfill that downward spiral and environmental, economic, and social collapse. I mean, that might be where they need to go for their evolution.
Yeah. Well, and this is actually at least the one realization that I've I've come to looking at this material on the singularity at the center of the universe, and now the pre-wave that we've entered with unitary consciousness coming in is that what is being broadcast is cosmic consciousness, is the higher frequency, is this new world, this new enlightened domain, so that by being connected to it, just by being connected to Source, that is the basic instruction that people, can follow in these times. And it was really amazing to see those pictures, for example, of Khan, kind of phasing in and phasing out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. He took the pictures of Mary appearing here, and the felines, these six-dimensional felines that were showing up, and some of the other masters that he's, Kuan Yin, the other ones that he's captured here at the ranch. And, because we are kind of a singularity or portal here, or some people call it a vortex,
right,
the veils between worlds are very thin here, and you can experience these other worlds, and these other dimensions. There's two things I wanted to talk about. One is that it's, this other world, this many world theory or whatever that we seem to be moving into, where this shift happens. And even they talk about it in the Bible, the rapture, or whatever you call it. One will be standing, or two will be standing and one will disappear. And they have all of these references to it throughout, all of these experiences. And this wave that's coming in of unity consciousness, I'm seeing over and over again that this is the kickoff that's going to create that split, you might say. And as these energies increase, we're going to see more and more of a split with those who are just self-centered, ego-driven, that are just going to be running this reckless greed program, and the other people that are waking up and saying, it's my God-given right, to live a thoroughly loving, joyous, abundant life, and why is this not available? Why are you holding that back? And so as those two polarities get amplified, it does seem like there will be some kind of a point, whatever you want to call it, the 100th monkey point, or that I forget what the name is. There's another name for it that they call it, where it just rises to that level and then pop, and then it's over.
Yeah, tipping point.
Yeah.
No, right, and we are so that we are also at that kind of a cycle. I mean, we are on that cycle that comes around every 250 million years, where new species spontaneously appear, and so that is part of it, i.e. the humans who would not tune into was being broadcast from the singularity at the center of the universe, versus those who would be receptive to that, and who would be willing to be part of Gaia.
Mm-hmm. Now, scientifically now, our shields are down. I've talked to a lot of geophysicists and astronomers, and basically the magnetic fields of the Earth are very low, extremely low, and it looks as if we're moving into some kind of a magnetic pole shift, or some major event is getting ready to happen. And because of that, we are being bombarded by these cosmic rays, and all this, higher frequency light is coming into the planet. And I've always felt it's consciousness. You go from consciousness to light to energy to mass in the vibrational continuum.
Right.
And this light is conscious, and there's a consciousness behind this light. So we are just getting bombarded right now by all this excess consciousness and energy, and this wave of energy that's coming through, and our shields are down, and the sun is also reacting to this shift as well, and it's getting ready to let loose. So any way you look at it, there's going to be some major changes, and hopefully we can step out of this frequency we're on, so there'll be less, the changes won't be as severe. They told me that when the changes hit, it's going to hit you like a brick or a feather according to your consciousness and your frequency. And and that's what I'm saying is that we're undergoing right now.
Right. And sure. And so this is something that is totally natural, that actually is, just from one more place, has been laid out in the Mayan calendar as a consciousness map, and it's coming through like clockwork. And we had this pre-wave that initiated this past weekend of July 17th and 18th, and then now the 9th wave will initiate March 9th, 2011, and will be in pure unity consciousness coming out from there till October 28th, 2011, and then it's just pure unity consciousness from then on, because that is an 18 billion year program that was laid out, and the Mayans were able to map it for at least the last 3,500 years, and it all ends on October 28th, 2011, their particular map, and they say, okay, this is the map, and after that, we're in a frequency where we are co-creators. We are in a frequency where we co-create the reality, and so we have been on this path now, on this conscious path for a long time, for at least 3,500 years, following the consciousness map set out in the Mayan calendar.
Yeah, the shift that's coming in, so one of the other things I was getting in my guidance is that they're saying that this shift no man can stop, and there will be some egomaniacs that will try, and they'll do everything they can to keep the frequencies down, and they're doing that, with cell towers and everything. They're broadcasting, the frequencies of fear and things like that. They know how to do that through satellite and other technologies. But and the whistleblowers, again, are bringing this information out on what these guys are up to. But they're making it very clear that all of their plans are just, they're not going to work, and they're not going to be able to stop this process. And it's it's like the little drop, in the ocean that thinks it's the ocean and stands in front of a tsunami and says, I'm in control here. And that was kind of the image they showed me of this is what's going to be happening with,
Yeah, I mean, we were having a laugh that the forces behind HARP were trying to compete with the singularity at the center of the universe. I mean, it just boggles your mind.
Yeah. There's no end to to these egomaniacs is what they'll try. But unfortunately, we're out of time. It's been an awesome interview. We'll have to get you back on again.
Well, thank you, James. It's been a great pleasure to be with you as always.
Yeah, and keep up the great work you're doing. It's I know I can always go to you to find out what the latest thing and what's happening, not just on Earth, but the rest of the universe.
Amazing.
Well, anyway, have a great day. It looks like we're at the